Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm a little bit early, I know. I'm still messing around with things. Am I a bit too far in the corner there? I'm not as fuzzy as last time. Oh, look at that fuzziness. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with this camera. Thank you for joining me for what will be Weather Machine, I promise you. And I'm over the chat box. The chat box was supposed to be resized. Things don't stay the way they're meant to. So yeah, we're going to be playing some Weather Machine solo. And yeah, we're gonna learn some Weather Machine solo as well, because I did not have solo in my Weather Machine, which has winged its way back to Paul Grogan. Sorry, I'm looking down as well. I'm trying to sort the multicam out now because he keeps shifting. Means we can get a bit more of him in though. There he is. Hi Monica, hi Michael, hi Jose. How's it going? And everyone else watching as well. I can just see names. So does that... Yeah, it is kind of in the way, isn't it? Can I make that... Well, technically this is live time. But I would like it if I could make it a little bit less fuzzier on my camera. Yeah, the PC camera, it went a little bit wrong last time. Oh no, I've made myself disappear. So you got to mess around with buttons on this to make the green disappear and not you. It's really tricky. And you can't see. Maybe I'll just have me all disappeared, eh? You can do that, and that makes me black and white and doesn't make any difference to the thing. Maybe we're just going to have to be a little bit snowy in that corner. It'll be a bit of a shame, wouldn't it? See, changing that any more makes me start to disappear. Oh well. I don't think you can see it as much once Weather Machine is on. It'll look alright. Great. I'm glad to hear that. And you can't really see because he's kind of cut off. I've left the sticker on as well, so it's good that the shirt is cut off. I've got Space Marty going on. Available at sirmeeple.com, of course. As all of the shirts are. So yes, oh, Marty's gone off camera again. He'll come back. So, is it looking better now? There's so much light on this thing. I have to have, like, the camera doesn't show up in the streaming software anymore, so I have to have another program open to make the camera come in, and Logitech's program isn't very good, and it makes the camera a bit worse quality, so the green screen thing doesn't work. Hey, maybe I should have a great big box for me again. You can see the mess of wires and components on the table. No, we will play some Weather Machine, so I think that is alright. So if I move you over to this window, I'll still be able to see the chat and everything, but then I can get Weather Machine up. So I don't think, yeah, audio's, I don't think there's any audio anyway, apart from me like knocking things over and stuff. Can you see all of that okay? It's looking kind of smooth. I think like I could have upped the frame rate a little bit. Like it might look a little bit... Does it look smooth and stuff? Oh yes, the text. Thank you. You're going to have to lose the game again. Because the text still says... I've mistyped something, but I can't see what yet. You have to wait the delay for the text to appear in front of me. There we go. Yes, I think we're here. You can see it all right. It's all smooth and that. You can see those robots lighting up. There should be, like, not very much of a delay as well. Can Morty help you beat aliens in Underfall in Skies? He can, if this kind of thing would assist you, yes. If this kind of attitude would help out, Marty excels at that. Came on a little bit more. What if he does not really want the... He does not really want the camera to be shifted. We're gonna defeat weather. We're gonna be champions of weather. I promise I'll stop messing around with this. because he's never going to stop moving. He's never going to be on camera in a way that I would be happy with. There we go. I'll leave him like that. All smooth, all nice, great. So, this is, if you saw the playthrough, last week, was it? Yeah, it was last week. It was a week tomorrow. The playthrough went up. There's a 2-player, very big weather machine playthrough. Me and Little Glass Marty with a prototype of pretty much what the real thing is going to look like. You can, if you have Tabletop Simulator or you have the ability to go on Tabletopia, you can play this digital adaptation, this digital demo of Weather Machine if you'd like to try it out for yourself in the digital realm. And the solo version has, well, a few things that my normal prototype didn't have. It didn't have kind of automation and stuff, but also it did not have the solo components or the solo rules because they weren't there yet, whereas they are now. The solo components are all here, as well as the solo rules, and we are hopefully going to be doing some solo today. We'll see how smoothly we get on with that. Yeah, Marty, he'll give you kind of support from the sidelines. He doesn't want to be bothered. Hi, Anne. You've got to snow. Yeah, we'll fix it right here. We'll stop there ever being a white Christmas again. Is that part of fixing weather? No, I think like what we've been doing at the moment. So if you haven't seen any of the Weather Machine stuff, this is a kind of steampunky what-if game. Professor Lative here he is, has come up with this weather machine. We are scientists on his team, and we have been tinkering with the weather, making it really sunny for solar panels, really windy for wind farms and stuff, and nice for sporting events. But we have noticed that as we are improving the weather for ourselves, for our own ends, kind of an equal and opposite reaction has happened somewhere else in the world where there has been terrible weather, verging on disasters that are increasing as we keep tampering with the weather. So we have kind of come together with the government now. The government recognise we are the only people that can fix this, and they are going to give us funding and help us out to make the ultimate weather machine. This is the lab where we are going to come up with the ultimate weather machine. And through experiments and stuff, we're going to make the weather a little bit worse, a little bit more. But eventually, we are going to fix the whole thing. And the person that came up with the best weather will win. So I need to... Oh, it hasn't quite set everything up, has it? It's randomized some things. So I need to remove 3 of those from the game. And then shuffle all those, shuffle all those, shuffle all those. See, vaguely remembering my Tabletop Simulator shortcuts. And then that's your stack. We want 3 experiments here on the spaces and 1 there, so you can see the next one coming. And I think the base game is... The normal game is set up, I believe. I was just doing the last bits of setup for the solo bit. So I've done the deck, I've done all of that. I've shuffled those, and I've put the card on the top of the hideout board. I'm on number 9. Reveal the top card. Oh no, I've done 9. So that is the current report. The card on top of the discard pile is called the previous report. So I will draw the current report. This is the hideout board. The bot doesn't even need a lab. It doesn't even need a player board like this. But it's... Yeah, I'd have to unlock it and delete it. And let's not bother with that. I think it still needs bots and stuff. I think, like... So this is... I don't think I mentioned as well that the game is Vita Lacerda and art by Ian O'Toole. All that great stuff. The solo is by David Tortzi, as with Kanban EV. And in a similar way, this is card-based. It looks like... there's, like there is with Kanban EV, there is a challenge deck to make the solo harder and harder if you are finding that you're getting through it. But let's see. I think we've done all of the setup for him. Can I turn to the next page? Yes. So, I'll show you, like, I won't go through, I'll explain everything that I'm doing as I'm doing it. So you don't necessarily need to have seen the proper Weather Machine playthrough, but... It would help if you have. So, Lative's assistant goes on this bit of weather, doesn't he? Lative's assistant will go on wind then, because that's the top experiment there. I can do my little pin, can't I? My little arrow. And we're supposed to have bots on all these bottom spaces, I believe. Oh yeah, David. David is known for his bright and breezy light solo experiences. So yeah, it's there are going to be cards telling us what the things do. I imagine so. Like I'm learning the solo here. Hopefully that's in the title. But yeah, there are going to be flowcharts and probably like simple decision trees that at first are going to seem like there's a load to do, but after a round or two are going to start snapping by if David's other solo things are anything to go by. So the camera's not cutting any of that off, is it? No, I don't think so. So the saboteurs. So we've got some saboteurs here. There's a saboteur. And there's a saboteur. They were placed there by cards. They got weather research tokens based on some cards. So they do not gain CP, that's the points. But they are able to raise your target value. So our target value at the start, here is their score marker. Our target value is 35 points at the moment, but that is going to go up over the course of the game. Whenever the target value is raised, advance their scoring marker. They act as one player. Each round, only one saboteur will move. Whenever Latif moves, resolve his tasks as for a two-player game. They don't gain or spend vouchers or machine parts. They don't use investment tiles, subsidies, or citations. Whenever they would gain an investment tile, the target goes up by 5 instead. At the start of the game, I do a post-setup supply round as usual. The saboteurs don't. Then I get the first turn. Normal placement restrictions apply. After your first turn, proceed to the saboteur's first turn. In subsequent rounds, turns are taken based on the positions of the turn order as normal, so if they take the initiative, they will get 2 turns in a row. You can look through the security report, that's the solo deck over here. You can look at that discard pile at any time, but you can't rearrange the cards in it. You can count how many cards remain in the deck, but you can't look at it. Newly discarded cards are always placed on the top of the discard pile. Discard pile, not Discord pile. Hey, join the Discord. So the game can end in 3 ways. You restore the good name of Lightning Technologies. Oh, I suppose we should look at like the... I suppose we should look at the theme of what's happening. Oh, do you mean like the kind of fuzzy background behind me, Anne? This... Is it on this side? This bit here? Oh, is there something in the way of me? Or is there another camera in the way? Where's that come from? Let me investigate. I really need to sort this out. Like, so I've had so many things at this point. Ah, is that you? Nope. I've had so many kind of... No, it's on the template screen, so it's in here somewhere. I've had so many various like attempts to mess about with all of this stuff, and I've been adding cameras and taking them away and stuff over all this time that things have kind of bunched up. I don't know what that is. Why is it doing that? What does it look like on this screen? Okay. That's what it looks like on this screen as well. Why are you doing that? There we go. Can I make this Logitech app go away? It's Logitech being helpful. If I get rid of that... Thanks for letting me know. I can't see that on my little screen over there. There we go. I think maybe I clicked some... Maybe it's like underneath Tabletop Simulator, and when I clicked that, it clicked it on there. Hi, Matt. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, everyone. Yes, there is a lot. There's a lot in this game. And I've got, like... I can get rid of it. Will it come back all nicely? Yeah, it will. I don't have to have the picture-in-picture up all the time. So, yes, the game can end by us restoring the good name of Lightning Technologies. So we need to have points more than the target value. Makes sense. You're currently meeting the conditions for at least 4 of your goal tiles on goal spaces of your lab. Okay. And at least 2 of your funding markers are beyond the 5th space of the funding track. If this happens, we just win. Okay. So the 5th space. That is a fair way to move, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've gotten close to that in multiplayer games. Time runs out and the government steps in if the end of the game is triggered normally. So if the end of the game is triggered normally, play one more round as usual and do final scoring, and then if your points are higher than the target value, you win. Okay. So if you want to look at some who we are, oh yeah, we got to have the cat cam working. What's the point if the Marty cam isn't working? So we are Kaidarkovia Inc. is out to destroy Lightning Technologies. So we are Lightning Technologies. They are sending two of their top corporate spies, known as Agent White and Agent Pink, to steal information and disrupt Lativ's work. Their plan is to embarrass him in front of the government and ensure Kaidarkovia will be awarded the weather control contracts in the future. Unfortunately, company security is too busy managing the chaos Lativ's initial experiments have caused, so you'll have to complete your work while suffering the interference from those pesky saboteurs. So that's what's going on in here. Have I done all of the... Like, they not need robots or anything like that? Should they not have a scientist on the board? I've kind of assumed that. I've done everything else with the bots and stuff. We've done all of the setup. We are learning about... So we need more points, 4 goals, 5th space on all of the funding tracks is the end goal. Oh, and they can win. Oh dear, okay. So they win if at the end of your turn there are 2 or more level 3 extreme weather tiles on the board. Okay, so that happens by repeatedly experimenting on the same type of weather without doing things to fix it, basically. Is there 2 of me again? Why is it doing this? This is Logitech app again. I wish I could close this. See, I can't close this app because, as I mentioned earlier, the camera won't work with the streaming software for some reason unless the Logitech program's open, even though it's the same camera as the one that's on Marty. Maybe I should swap the cameras around. See, it keeps putting like a half camera on as well. So they want to ruin the weather. 2 or more level 3 extreme weather tiles and... Oh, either of them. So if that happens, we're done. Or all of the security report cards are in the discard pile at the beginning of their turn. If this happens, you lose immediately. Okay. So your turn is normal, except you can do a new free action. It can only be done during the action phase of your turn, but it can be done any number of times in addition to any other things. Can I make this come... Is that being cut off a bit? What if I save this as a camera angle? I think that would work better. I can make it go in the middle of the screen then. So yeah, we have a new free action called security. So in your action phase, it can be done any number of times in addition to any other actions you're doing, no matter where you are. Pay a voucher of the type matching where you are, or a science, which is wild anyway, to draw 2 cards from the security report deck and put them face up next to the current report. Out of these 3 cards, put 1 back on top of the deck, discard 1, and leave the 3rd as the current report. Okay, so I can change the card that's up at the top there. Is it? Yeah, it's fixed now, isn't it? Yeah, the camera thing keeps... Like, I assume that pressing something or clicking something in Tabletop Simulator is going through the window somehow and having an effect on the camera program, because it's doing like its picture-in-picture thing and half, but it's only got 1 camera in, so it's just repeating the camera. I'll try and keep an eye on it, and hopefully it won't do anything again. So on their turn, we put... So the current report is the card that's going to happen next. Put the depicted saboteur in that location. If the current report depicts Lativ instead of a location, they go to where Lativ is. For each main location, they choose an unoccupied action space. They'll go for the left one first, then the rightmost, then the middle. For the supply location, they take the leftmost space. They're not bothered about vouchers. If they can't go to that location, they go to the next one along. They only ever go to the supply if the current report instructs them to, or they follow Lativ there. If they go to a main location, raise the target value, so our target is constantly going up, which it would if it's only starting at 35, by a point for every piece that's there. So we don't want to all bunch up. If they move to the same location as Latif, he moves as normal. The Saboteur performs their nefarious plan. And then we discard the current card, reveal the next one. If we can, check to see if they wreak havoc. If they have a set of research tokens and the citation space for that type of weather is still locked, they will do stuff. Oh, so they will make more extreme weather come out, kind of separate to experiments as well. So if they get a matching set of research tokens, they'll do that. And the target value will go up, and they'll discard the top card of the deck. If they can do more than one set, they will do them at once. Okay. So we don't want those sets to be there, really. And it's different if the citation space is unlocked. In step 4 of their turn, they will perform their nefarious plan based on where they move to. In the main locations, they choose a branch based on a set of criteria. One of those is based on them gaining a research token that helps them to complete a set. Yeah, okay. So they're just all going to be about getting sets and forcing the weather forward, and I'm going to be trying to chase them. But they will be unlocking weather, which is unlocking citations, which makes it a bit easier for you to publish papers about the weather as well. They will choose a branch. The research token will complete a set. So the cards say where they're going, but they want to complete sets for the things. I won't go through everything they do at all of the places. We'll go through that when they go there, eh? And try and do some things. So I really like this. Like, it's fantastic in Gallerist, and it worked great in Kanban and stuff as well, where you're not just trying to, you win if you just beat the score, but you've got all of these things as well to get like a good rank at the end of the game. So we've got challenge cards to add to make it harder. I don't think we're going to need that. So we'll see what they do as they take some turns. Let's have some turns. Hey, Meeple15. How's it going? Hopefully you're all coming up all right on the screen. I think you are. Like, when I'm playing a game, when I'm at the computer like this, I've got to borrow Rachel's vertical monitor, and everything's really, really narrow on it. Right, so I get my pre-game supply round. So this works like the supply round just in the game. This is a location you can come to over here, and it's where you're going to get chemicals that are useful for all sorts of things. Expand your lab to get more space in it. So based on where the assistant is, it's a bit of a shame. So these spaces here in a 2-player game, which is kind of what we're simulating, you see there are 3 and 2 spaces in each weather type for the experiment. If he was on here and wind had come up as a current experiment, I could just put one bot out, and no matter what the other person does, that experiment will run. As it is, nothing will happen this round. Next round, Lativ will go there, and sun will happen, but only if the saboteurs do something about that. And they are going there next. Just trying to think about what I'm going to do. I would like a kind of lovely double turn over in government. So what I'd like to buy, if sun's going to happen, they've got a blue and a white chemical. Maybe I want like a salmon chemical. So we've got storage spaces here. Chemicals go, you can fit any chemical here. Costs a voucher for now, but they get more expensive as we go along here. They start costing 2 and even 3 for really expensive ones. There are storage spaces for machine. That's just a machine part. This one's just a robot. This one's a robot or a machine part. And then as we get more lab pieces, you fit them in like this, matching up the colours, and so that would be another place for a red chemical. So I could get more places, but I would like bots. Let's get some bots. So I think cheap robots, you probably want space to put them in though as well. So buying that robot costs me a supply voucher, but gets me a lab voucher. I would definitely like a government voucher. So that costs me a supply voucher, gets me a government voucher, because government vouchers are great. And So I've got a supply voucher still. I haven't got any space. So I'm going to have to buy a lab if I want to be able to put some more stuff away. I think... Now I can buy any of these 5. Any in the display, and this one would be the top of the deck normally if you were playing. I think let's go for this one. So you have to match the colour. I think I would like blue as a possibility. So that's 1 supply voucher again in a lab. Now I've got no more vouchers. These are your action points. I could spend science, which is a wild card, to get, you know, another robot, have space for... It's just kind of... I'm going to. Just because I'd like having as much as you can without having to come back here. Now, I've only got 1 chemical, which isn't going to help me. I do have a science voucher. But I think that's what I'm going to do. So we've had the pre-game supply round. The bots don't need that. I just need that. And then... Camera still all right? Yeah, I'm paranoid about it now. Oh yes. Thanks, Joel. Please, if I can't point at it, but if you'd like to help me keep making things, patreon.com/slickerdrips. Oh, the frame has moved, doesn't it? Ko-fi, all of these places. Subscribe, like the video and stuff. It works well normally, I promise. Who'd have thought that it's the computery video gamey realm that be rubbish at doing. So yes, that's the pre-game supply round. Now it's turn time. I am the first player for the first turn of the game anyway. And I need to choose somewhere to go. So I can't go to supply because I'm already there. I've got to go to either government, this big section on the left. Location 3 here is the lab. That's where we can do experiments. Or I can go to R&D. Do some research to try and write the weather. Did I take the bonus for the 3D robot? I didn't, thank you. Yeah, you can tell because this is where you start for each voucher type, and I hadn't moved that one up at all yet, thank you. So, I think I love the government space. I think it's fantastic. So the action space is here. You can't go on this one in the left, in any of the places in the first round. Normally in a 2-player game, you can't go on any of the right spaces, but the solo book told us that isn't... ignore that rule for the solo game. So I can go there, and I do love the government action. I feel like I've played Weather Machine like 6 times, something like that. Like, I didn't have the prototype for very long, and it needed to be done in a rush as well. So I wouldn't say that, like, strategy-wise, I particularly know what I'm doing. But I know that the government action gets you a lot of stuff, especially early on. So go in here, in one of these spaces, you see the or there, you can do one action or the other. This all means when you place your worker, when you place your scientist, if there's anyone to the left of you, then you get extra vouchers. So you get a lab voucher for going here. I get another one because the saboteur's there. So that's 2 vouchers. If Latif is there, you get a science. And in a 2-player game, still applies for this solo, you get a science and an extra voucher of the type of where you are if Latif is there, just because there's not as many people about. The salmon can, it may well just be fish oil. It's a strange futuristic kind of fish oil. Everything else is, I suppose it's some kind of explosion-y thing. Yeah, they're quite volatile chemicals, it looks like. So the 2 actions here. I can... Oh, don't make me try and remember the names of all of the actions. Oh, here they are. No, they're not. Here we go. We can sell a part. That's the one over here. We basically put a robot out, pay a machine part of a particular colour to grab one of these subsidy tiles, and at the start of our turn in the future, we can spend it for a one-off bonus. I'm not going to do that, though. Although maybe I will. I am going to try and do the other one, which is gain a subsidy, secure a subsidy. So that's going to cost me 2 government vouchers. So over on my player board, that's all of my government vouchers gone. And this basically, all it does is, lets me pick a subsidy tile. I get the vouchers, so let's just say I'm having this one. I get the vouchers at the top of the column and the left of the row. So get myself some more vouchers, some more action points for other things, because government isn't an option here, but science is, which is wild. So maybe science is one to go for. And I get the effect of the subsidy tile, and then it's flipped. No one else doing this action in future gets to do that. But so they get you all sorts of things, a free chemical, free machine part, free robot. But these ones all over here get you free actions, which is where it's all at, really, isn't it? I think I want to be on everything. I think that would be ideal. But I am going to go for... Let's see, where are the ones that will get me a free government action? Over here. So yeah, without paying the machine part, I can do the first action I mentioned here. So I'm going to do this. So I will flip it. I get a science and an R&D voucher. So let's gain them. And then I flip the tile, and it, even on Tabletop Simulator, tells you what the thing does. So perform the seller part action without paying the machine part or any vouchers. Replace the tile you take with a machine part from the reserve. Move up on the funding track. So we basically just follow this, but I don't pay anything for it. So first of all, move up the funding track. Oh, we've got all the other players' funding markers in, haven't we? I don't know if we even need the Saboteurs' funding markers. Just by default, they're there. And are there 3 things here? Yeah, we need a research token of each type taken off here for a 2-player game. While I'm thinking, it's got lovely automatic setup, but by default for a 4-player game. So yes, I've moved up the funding track. Next up, I need to place a robot. So I'm glad that I bought a few. I need to place a robot in a space, in a column that I want. So what weather am I going to go for as well? My influence, I think it might be that one, fog. Yeah, it's fog, isn't it? Fog's over here. Now, I want a tile that's going to get me a free action, but it's also going to get me the research token from the corresponding column. So I would like sun or fog, because they are the types that will probably get experimented on quite soon. The Saboteurs are ahead kind of on rain and fog. So rain might run out, but I just don't know when an experiment will happen for that. So I might want to try and catch up with rain a little bit. Let's say that. Let's say that, and for free, I can get involved in some in a free experiment at the start of my next term, maybe. So I take that, I take the corresponding machine part, and take it from the supply, because I'm getting all of this for free. And then I get the corresponding research token, and I can place it in my lab. So it goes here, and then at the end of your turn, you've got to put it out somewhere. So you might want to put it on one of these bonus spaces for an immediate bonus, or you might want to put it in a row that corresponds to a bonus you particularly want. So free chemicals, free vouchers, things like that. I think more funding could be nice. But no, I'm going to go for... Let's just go for some supply vouchers. Always want vouchers. So I think that is my big bumper action. Had that for free, which let me take that for free. And I think that is my big action. So it's time for the big reveal. It's time for what the Saboteurs do. So let's make sure we're doing all of their steps. So first of all, place the depicted Saboteur in the location indicated on the current report. So the Saboteur is the pink Saboteur, and they are going in... They can't go in the leftmost space because it's the first turn. So they're going here. Yep. They did go to a main location, so you raise the target value for each piece to the left of their space. There are no pieces to the left of their space. They didn't move to Lativ. They performed their nefarious plan. So for that, we need to go to... They're in location 2. No, location 3, sorry. Lativ's lab. So are they on an action space with the left symbol? No. Are they on an action space with that left symbol? Yes. So skip step 1 and start with step 2. Determine which branch the Saboteurs interact with. They will ignore branches that are full. branches where they don't have any corresponding chemicals, and branches where they have no matching experiment. So they'll try and go for ice, fog, or sun then. And they've got white and blue. So they could go for sun or fog. Out of the remaining branches, select the one with the most bots. They've got one each. If there is a tie, choose the one that'll gain them a research token that helps them to most complete a set. Neither of those would help you complete a set, I'm afraid. What if there's still a tie, David? If there is still a tie, they will first choose the first tied branch in the weather sequence, starting with the weather depicted on the previous report and proceeding from left to right. So, here then. So they will prioritize rain to start with. That's not one of the options. Then wind, then sun. So sun is where they want to go. And where's the... Has another research token disappeared from here? Isn't there supposed to be two? I don't know where that's gone. I'll just paste one in. Maybe I took an extra one off there. So they're going to go for sun. They are able to choose a branch, move one of their bots from their hideout. Oh, is all of this supposed to be stacked on the hideout? It didn't tell me this, I don't think. I thought all this was just a player raid. So they take a bot and they put it on. So they're going for sun and they've got a blue chemical, so it'll be that space. The topmost or bottommost available space they have a matching chemical for is indicated by the priority. Oh yeah, see on the left of that card, it tells you like whether it's the topmost or bottommost they want. Yep. As usual, spaces with Latif's bots are available. Then move the required chemical from the hideout to the rightmost empty matching space in the supply. There we go. Okay, we have done their actiony thing. So there's a chance I can get in on sun happening now. That experiment will happen next round if I help. So they've done their plan, step 4 of this page. Step 5, discard the current report and then reveal the next card as the top card if able. And check to see if they wreak havoc. They're not going to have matching sets, so I think that's probably the end of their turn, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So we discard the current card, and there are 17 cards in the deck. So I've got like 17 turns basically then, because we lose if the cards run out, right? Okay, so next time the pink again is gonna move to supply. Right, so Professor Latif doesn't move or anything like that. We've refreshed player order. Oh yes, A was actions. B, does the weather machine run? The weather machine runs if there is a matching experiment up here to the type we're looking at, where the assistant is, and all of the spaces are full of bots. The experiment does not run, because neither of those things are true. So if it doesn't run, Latif's bots go onto their little hidey hole there. If there was an experiment of that type, and it just didn't happen because there wasn't enough bots, the experiment will be discarded, but there isn't an experiment of that type, so we don't. And then we would shuffle them all along, and then Latif's assistant shuffles along, and we're looking at Sun next round, so I could get in there. Okay. So we've done the weather machine. C, adjust turn order. No one went to supply, although the saboteurs might do that next time. And is Latif in his hidey hole where we get income? No. So we can move back to A, taking actions. So I need to move on, so it probably makes sense to go to this space. I did take the salmon chemical as well. It's just, it will be like I've got this subsidy tile here that does me this action for free, so I could go here if I wanted to. But I've only got... Yeah, I could get some sun from here. Ooh. It makes me wish I'd gone for something in the sun column No. I could have got. Why wasn't I doing that? Why did I not want sun? There's like a lab one right there. I'll check that map, but I think we only discard the rightmost if there was like a matching experiment. Let me check the player aid. If it doesn't run, yeah, discard you see at the bottom down there. If the machine runs or not, discard the rightmost experiment tile matching the weather of the active branch. So the branch where the assistant is. So if it didn't run because there wasn't a experiment, we don't move the experiments along in that case. I'm just thinking, why didn't I want this? You don't get the benefits for doing this side. Why wouldn't I just try and force sun to happen, knowing that the bot was going there? I don't think any new information's come out for the bot to do that. I'm going to do a sneaky take back, I think. Because I could see everything the bot was going to do. If I knew what I was doing, I could have got the tile from there. And then, yeah, I was worried about the rain, wasn't I? But I could really try and push for sun here. So on my turn, I would get more vouchers by going over here. I don't really want the leftmost space. I can't do both things yet. You can't do this for ages till you've done all this stuff and publish papers on that weather type and stuff. So getting both actions isn't as exciting. I don't want anyone. I don't want to be the left of anyone, really. It does mean, they get awards, though, if they go on that space. So yeah, blocking it off probably is a good idea. Okay, I go there. I get a government voucher. Oh, no, before any of this, we need to do the subsidy tile first if you want to do the subsidy tile. So it says here on your player board, step 1, subsidy tile or investment tile. Then move your scientist, then spend points and do actions, then put the research tokens out. So I want to do this subsidy token. So it's perform the work on experiment action without paying the chemical or any vouchers. So that is this action over here. So first of all, go up the funding track. Again, we've just got the non-player characters things there. I need a bot. This bot will be returned to me. I'll go there without having to pay the voucher because I'm getting it for free. So yes, put that there, pay the right chemical, and we're all okay. I'm glad I got 3 bots actually now. So that's my subsidy tile. I did that little action for free without having to go there or spend a voucher. And then I come over here. I've had my government voucher, haven't I? No, I haven't, because it's at 0. Get your government voucher. And then, so yeah, we can ignore this rightmost action. Don't worry about that. Oh, I said I wanted to go on sun and then change my mind. That was a terrible idea. I shouldn't have done that. I'm redressing the balance. Am I? Oh, the preview is just in terrible quality. Hopefully the picture's looking alright. The YouTube studio picture is very low res. So this is a way I could complete a row pretty quickly. So, yeah, we're doing the leftmost action. I can do both, because I've gone in this leftmost space. It's got the and. I could do both actions, but I'm not going to. Doing the left one. So, the name of the action, to be all prim and proper, is on the next page. It's research and breakthrough. So the research action costs me 1 R&D voucher. Then move up the funding track. Okay, this would be the last one where I have to throw pieces away. It is quite satisfying throwing things on Tabletop Simulator though. If you haven't played it, it's worth getting on and throwing some things around and flipping a table or two. So yes, moved up the funding track. We'll see what they do eventually. Put a robot out. So here's my glorious lack of robots now. Now, the bottom is always great because you spend a chemical and then something extra, either a chemical of any colour or a machine part, and you get a robot on the bottom. So it's not as nice going on other spaces, but I have the salmon chemical. This is sun. So my reward is going to be a machine part. So the chemical goes out there and stays there. So chemicals start to get a bit more expensive. So number 1, I've gone up the funding track. I have put a robot out and paid a matching chemical. Number 4, get the benefit on the space, which is a machine part. So I choose what colour of machine part do you want? Well, if sun is going to be where it's at, we can see that when the experiment happens, we're going to need a salmon gear, salmon, green and white, but definitely salmon. Other bots might make that cheaper. The red one I got here was random at the start of the game. You'll get one of a different colour, each player will. And then I get the research token for here. You don't have to put it in the same row, but it helps. Each row can only have one weather type in it, but you can have more rows of different types. And there are goals, like none of these are out and won't score me anything yet, but I can be thinking about what I need to do. Have 3 awards, have 5 robots in R&D, I've got 1. Have 5 subsidy tiles, I've got 1. Have 5 robots in government, got 1. Have 6 things in your middle column. Have 12 things overall in here. There are things later on. We will have investment tokens which we can spend to put goals out, and I need to have 4 of them outright to try and get this special win condition. So is that all of the stuff that I'm doing? Hopefully I'm getting this right and it's making some sense. It's starting to get to that point where, oh, what am I going to do? I've done all of my things, I think. I've had another combo turn because I had the lovely subsidy tile. And we're going to see a weather machine experiment. So there, steps again. So put them where the current report says. So they are going to the leftmost space. It's the pink saboteur again, we can see on the card. They're into the leftmost space of the supply location. It's not Lativ, it's a location. So they don't get any points because there's no one else. Oh, this is Lativ's location though, so he is going to move. So yeah, they can go there. So Lativ, will they get a point because Lativ's there? I think so. So they will increase the target by a point for every piece that's there already. Lativ doesn't go on these action spaces in supply. He goes on his special space, so I'm not sure if he counts. Yep. If the saboteur moves to a main location, they get points. I've done that. And then, do you not want to move me to camera 5? There we go. Did he move to the same location as Lativ? Yes, so move Lativ. So he gives you extra vouchers and stuff when you normally go there, but the saboteurs are going there. So what he does is moves along to the next location, takes the leftmost space, and in a 2-player game, he removes research tokens from government and or R&D when he goes to those places. We look at where the assistant is. He's on Sun. Lativ gets rid of the Sun research token. So that's quite helpful for me, actually. I imagine they'll be able to catch up that Sun token, but that's all right, isn't it? So yes, that's what Lativ does. Oh, and he puts a bot out where the assistant is. If there's already, he'll only ever have 1 bot in each column. We go to the right to look to the next space. He's basically going to put the 1 bot that's not on the weather machine in the space that's remaining in the weather machine. Then the saboteur performs their nefarious plan for supply. So move the saboteur's initiative marker to the leftmost space. So they're going to take first player and take 2 turns in a row here. So let's do that. So they swap with me there. They take 2 chemicals from the supply and put them in their hideout. To determine which chemical they take, follow this sequence twice. They select from the section with the fewest that costs the least. If there's more than 1, they take the one they have the least of. Well, they've only got white at the moment. Oh, and this is all here. And then a card tells us topmost or bottommost as determined by the previous card. So bottommost. So they will buy a blue chemical. I was just hovering to see if it told you what the names were because I can't remember. They have all got names. You can see it's in the rulebook somewhere. There is a little table telling you thematically what all the things are. And that's all they do. Great. So that's their nefarious plan for supply. I say great, they have taken first player away. Discard the current report card. Reveal the top one and put it up here. Check to see if they wreak havoc. They do not have a set of research tokens. They do not have 3 of one type. They do not have 2 of a type that is unlocked. So don't worry about any of that. Right? Okay, I think that's their turn. So the end of the round, we've done the actions. Does the weather machine run? Yes. So in player order, which hasn't changed yet, it's still me. Not that it makes too much difference at this stage. Do we need to... What happens if the weather machine runs? And the bots are in it. Oh, there we go. When the experiment runs, both you and the saboteurs resolve the steps in turn order as normal. You get the usual rewards. For each of the saboteurs' bots, return the bot to the hideout and raise the target value by the CP on the experiment tile. They do not pay vouchers and ignore other rewards. They also get a research token if one is available. Only once, even if they have more than one bot, as per normal rules. If none are available, they receive nothing. After the experiment runs, put a new weather tile out. A new extreme weather tile. So that's going to be worrying, because they're going to... If I break through on Sun... Like, if I publish a paper on Sun, it's going to unlock the citation for Sun, which makes them able to publish a paper themselves for only 2 tokens, which they're now going to have. So, they're going to make the weather worse immediately, which makes it more expensive for me, but kind of easier to fix. More expensive to fix, more machine tiles. Anyway, let's do the experiment. So, I have one bot here. Do I want to pay a science voucher? If I pay a science voucher, I get 5 points and either 2 machine parts or an investment token. I think so. So I need to pay a science voucher. I haven't got space for 2 machine parts. Nice as it would be, because we can fast forward towards doing something over here. So I think investment token, where are they? There's an investment token. That's going to be useful. And 5 points. And then the bots don't spend any vouchers, but they increase the target value by the number on the token. So I get my bot back. So do they. And Latif's goes out there. We get rid of the experiment tile and shift everything along. You can see what's coming up. And then Latif's assistant moves along. So that could be something to try and get in on next time. I do have a robot again. I'm really glad I didn't take the... Oh yeah, there's always a space for a robot or a machine pot. There is an exclusive space for one of each. And I get, dun dun dun, a complete row. Usually takes me ages longer. Cold coffee or warm coffee? Hot tea. Always. That's what I'd go for. So the weather machine has ran, and that is it. Readjust the turn order. In C, Latif is not in his office, so we go back to A. So it is the saboteurs first. So he is going to where Latif is. He's already there. You can't do that. So he just goes to the next place clockwise, right? For each main location, if he can't go there, because he's already there, he goes just to the next one numerically. So, oh dear, he's going to go to a good space, though. So yeah, goes there, gets points, right? Gets points for everyone there, but he's the only person there. He hasn't gone to the same place as Latif. He performs his nefarious plan for Latif's lab. So, is he on the and space? Yes, unfortunately. I hate that he's on the and space. He's going to do something nasty. Place an award token into their hideout. They never collect the Nobel Prize, no matter how many award tokens they have. Okay, so they want an award token. Lots of tokens piling up for them. Then determine which branch the saboteurs interact with. Oh yeah, we've done this, haven't we? because the pink one went there. So they ignore the branches that are full, where they have no chemicals, and where there is no matching experiment tile. So that means they're only going to consider fog, ice, and rain. They've got plenty of chemicals. They must be able to get in. Yeah, they can get in there. They can get in there. They can't get into rain, actually, with those colours. So we're just looking at fog and ice, which slows them down a bit. I like that. So we're just looking at fog and ice. Can I make that big again? If there's a tie, what helps them most complete a set? Well, actually, you've got no research tokens for either of these types of weather. I wouldn't race for them. If there's still a tie, they go from the weather sequence on the discarded card. So they go for fog. There's the big fog, fog, fog. So they've put a robot out in fog. And the chat gets in the way of the chat on screen. Interrupts that a bit, doesn't it? Everything's looking alright, isn't it? Marty's covering up the chat a little bit. Like he's covering up his eyes. But I think the screen's working out. Oh, you only have peach iced tea and not in the house. I'm clueless with coffee, unfortunately. I could advise you about several teas which may or may not be indistinguishable from each other. So they've picked fog, move their bot there, pay the chemical, and they get a... Oh, that's R&D. They get a research check. I'm reading the wrong bit now. So yeah, get a chemical, put their bot out. That's the end. So they need to pay the white chemical, and it goes back there. And yep. So now they're going to do something, right? Oh no, that's their first sun, so they're not going to get to do anything because sun's not unlocked. So we can go through their steps just to make sure we're doing it all. So discard the current card and draw the new one. Do they have a set of 3 tokens in a locked space? No. Because I assume, yeah, awards must count, because awards count for anything. So if it's still locked, a set of research tokens means 1 research token of each colour of weather. Yeah, reward tokens count as the type they need. So they don't have 3 of one type. They don't have 2 of one type in a place that has its citation unlocked. So I think we just move on to me. Hey Paul, how's it going? You're transitioning between Ultra and Undaunted. I am... Actually, I'm not floundering as much as I thought I would be. It's there's steps, as there always is in David's things, but I feel like... Maybe it's because I've so recently played Weather Machine a lot of times. To say nothing of the strategy or the score, I feel like, flow-wise, it's going alright. Oh, and this tells you all of the places as well, doesn't it? Where it chooses. That's it. Oh, that's its decisions board. Okay. Oh, and this gives you the rundown of this scary symbol thing. Tells you all of the things that it does. Hi, Jasper. Yeah, I would probably have done it with the prototype thing, but as I said, it didn't have them at the time. Right, so we've done the card, we've done all of the things, and it's my turn because I'm player 2 now. So I am in R&D. The only thing I'm not really happy about... So I can do the investment token first because I've got loads of vouchers right now for the lab. And going to the lab would get me voucher. Oh no, that's a saboteur. That's not Latif. Okay, so going to the government, kind of my favourite place to go early on because you get free actions. Is the lip sync out? How out is it? I can change that. Is it too early or too late? I think, again, this is a... I can fix that. This is, again, down to the frustrating camera program. That it's all set up for not having to go through that camera program. Audio is ahead of the video. Still by loads. I can change the audio bit as well. The video was delayed. It doesn't need to be. Minus 200 on your video. Sync offset. Yeah, the audio is delayed to match up with the overhead cameras. What if I just turn all of that off? Is that better? Like, we can get it to nitty gritty another time. Frustratingly, when you record on OBS, the lag's completely different. So originally, I used to do it also. It was all in sync there. Completely different. Is that better though? Is that more in sync? I've stopped delaying the audio how it's delayed for the cardboard. Yes. I'll keep thinking in the meantime. So I've got a robot back. I've got a machine part. I could make a good go at the government section. It's just that if I don't go to the lab, an experiment happens without me, which isn't the worst thing. You can't be involved in every experiment. Or you can try to, but is it worth your while? Doing this experiment would get me, of course, the beautiful research token. And another investment token. Is it sounding better now? Well, is it looking better now? Maybe I need to monitor and have headphones on and stuff. Can I do that? Gonna have a brief thought pause. I'm gonna use your number, Paul. Still out. Oh well. Is it less out? Or have I made it worse? I didn't know we could set the offset to negative numbers. Yeah, my monitoring's not working either. Let me know if that's made it better or even worse. So yeah, I could come to the government and still get involved in the research action. Just with the lab action, I could now research the sun, couldn't I? But if I do that... Oh, we haven't made the weather worse. We did a successful experiment on sun, and so that makes the weather worse. If I... I'll put it back to how it was. We'll see if that's any better. Yeah, if I go here and get involved in research and publish a paper on sun, then in the bot's turn, they will publish a paper on sun and make it worse for me. Just trying to think about like those end game triggers that they will like end the game from underneath me. Yeah, hopefully the mic's on. Is it better now, that last thing that I've done? I've just guessed the number the opposite way. But hopefully that's better. I'm trying to stop them ending the world. I need more bots in here. But I can't go here again because I'm already there. Maybe I want to skip this experiment and not rush to the lab. But labs where you'll get all your things from going to Lativ. You'll get bonus lab vouchers, and you're full up of lab vouchers. Ah, that's so hard. Going to supply, I would have to pay vouchers in supply, actually. Supply works a bit differently. Let's see. Maybe I am ruining my chances doing this, but it's an experiment, right? I'm going to come here. Oh, I can only do one, though, because he's there in the way. I want to do both things here. I can't do both things anywhere. I don't want to just put the bot out. I'm going to come over here. Boom. That's the decision. So Lativ's there. I get 2 lab. So 1 for going there. 1 because there's someone to the left of me. Even though it's Lativ counts in a 2-player game, which this kind of is. And I get a science because Lativ's to the left of me. So a science and 2 lab. The second lab is wasted. Yeah, there's no point being a untangled brain. What's the opposite of a scatterbrain? There's always like, I don't know, you could spend so many hours messing about with all of the things in this. And for some reason, from time to time, things just decide that they're different now. I'm using different things here, like the computer setup and stuff, rather than filming an actual game on the table. So that's a thing that has changed, like all of the settings. But yeah, I feel like you can tweak and tweak and tweak with this, and things sometimes just don't improve. So I'm coming here. I've had my vouchers. Which action do I want? So I could again do this action for 2 government vouchers, flip the do the other thing for free side. I've only got 1 bot, which is a shame. So I don't think I'm going to do that trick. I could try, weaseling my way into getting more bots over in R&D, so I need fewer gears to fix the sun when it gets bad, because it's going to get bad. That seems like a decent idea. So I'm going to do this. So where are my options here? I can get a lab. I can get a lab and a R&D voucher. I can't get lab vouchers, but down here I can get a science and a lab. So either way, I'm getting the thing that I can't use. Oh, and I've got to spend a science to come here, because I haven't really got government vouchers. I think it'll be okay, though. Whoa. Random zoom in. Oh, we flip the thing. It's just I'm thinking of things to do that don't cost chemicals, so I don't have to go back to the supply thing. But in doing that, I haven't got chemicals and all sorts of stuff. Publishing a paper for free might not be too bad. Or do I just want to get involved in this research? I think that might be what I want to do. So getting involved in research. It gets me 2 lab tokens, though. I could just get 2 vouchers down here, and that gets me a supply and a lab, which is wasted. Chemical is a supply and a science. I'd like 2 science. What about 2 science and a robot? And that could get me a machine part that I need. I wouldn't necessarily have space for a machine part right now, but that could get me some more vouchers. Let's go for So it's going to cost me 2 government vouchers to do this action. 1, 2 government vouchers. Science is wild. I'm going to do this. So that gets me 2 science. Boom. And then I get a robot for free. I can't have the ones from down here until I've either unlocked 6 robots, so all of these, or I have 5 or more things here. I've got 3, so not a million miles away. I am going to unlock this one. So for free, doesn't cost me the 2 supply. Oh no, I don't want another science voucher. I'm full up. I'll have this one. I don't want a machine part either because I'm full up. I will have a supply voucher though. Maybe I'll be supplying next time. I could get a lot of things. Yeah, I feel like that turn could have been better. Hey, Sanderman. Yeah, there's just something in computers, right? They just don't want to work sometimes. Even though everything's the same. Like, the camera worked. This camera here doesn't move. It worked for many, many streams. But then one day, decided it didn't want to anymore. So the experiment is running. We've got a full column of bots. And there is an experiment tile here. So the saboteurs raise the goal by 2 points, which isn't very much. And they get their bot back, and they get the research token for fog. Unfortunately for me, this is the downside of not being involved in that experiment. A bot was present, and so gets the other research token. And there's only 2 in a 2-player game. Bot goes away, assistant moves on, that's discarded, slide everything along. We see what's coming up. So next, ice is only going to happen if we both contribute to that, I think. So, yep, that's the experiment. All okay, I think. And then no adjust turn order. Lativ isn't in his thing. Oh, I went to where Lativ was, though. So he should have gone here. Doesn't do anything apart from he would have put a bot out there, which made no difference to what happened. But yeah, I would have moved him along. Okay. So, new round. This saboteur is going to supply, because it's what the card says. Remind me what they do in supply. They take turn order. Oh, if they're already first, the target value goes up by 2 instead. Ouch. Then, do they still get their points right? If they move to a main location, is supply not a main location? Tell me, rulebook. Is supply a main location? I assume it is. Main locations are 2, 3, 4. Thanks, Paul. Hey, the lag's really good. I put it on ultra low, which normally has its own problems, but that seems to be right. So they didn't go to a main thing, so they're not going to do the points. Yep. They didn't go to where Lativ is, so they just do their nefarious action, which is raise the thing by 2 points and then get 2 chemicals. So the spaces that cost them the least, that's all of them, I think, for now. And things they have the least of. So they do not have white, green, or salmon. Of those, topmost or bottommost based on this card. Topmost, so they will have a green and a white. And that's all of their supply business, I think. Right. Oh, it can cause issues on iPads and stuff. Well, I hope. Let me know how it looks and that. I need to record as well so I can mess about with it later. I didn't use my investment token either. I could have. I could have earned more vouchers if I needed them, or got a machine part that I needed. I didn't. I'm not going to take that back. But okay. Oh, it's my turn. So it is time for an investment token now, I think. So yeah, they haven't got any closer to getting a line of research tokens yet. So I could go to research now. Especially because I was thinking about supply. Supply would be really expensive right now. It would cost me 2 extra vouchers because they're both there. And you don't get extra things. Whereas I could go to R&D, get the science... go to the lab, get the science and 2 R&D vouchers, which isn't as exciting because I'm a bit full up of those. But I could publish my paper and get moving. It's just I couldn't then do the breakthrough because I need more bots out here. So I need more bots, I need more chemicals. So maybe I'm just going to R&D. Before that though, let's spend an investment token. So that gets spent. I can either put out a gold tile on one of these. I realise now they're not quite lined up, are they? I can put one of these out and get the reward on the space that it covers up. So either a voucher of my choice or a chemical of my choice or a machine part. And that's an endgame goal then. That's something you're going for. You'll get 5 points for everyone that is on here and you successfully do at the end. Or, if you've already done that previously, you can spend an investment token to flip one of those and get the funding. I haven't really moved up funding very much yet, though. And I haven't put a goal out yet. So what do we think I'm most likely to do? So, 3 awards. What would I like to do? I maybe want to put another bot out in Sun. I would like to get one that gets me a free chemical, but a free robot, but it would cost 2 chemicals. And I can get 1 free chemical from coming here. I can't get 2. Yeah, I don't want a machine part. I'm going to pop that there. I want to have 3 awards. Now I say it, that seems so unachievable. But no, it's not going to be unachievable. It's going to be great. Right. And my turn is going to be, we come over here. I get a government voucher. Again, we can ignore this. I haven't published a paper, so that action isn't even going to be possible. I want to... Oh, and so get a chemical of my choice. I'm going to choose green. So, I'm going to do this action again. So move up the funding track. Put a bot out. And pay the chemical and pop it on the space. Get the reward underneath, which is a machine part. I think another salmon one. Now I need lab space. Now I want them out of the supply action. But they're only going to move one at a time, aren't they? Oh, I haven't done their cards, have I? That's what they're going to do next. Going to follow Lativ. So we know ice isn't happening because no one's gone there. Rain might happen if they go there, and maybe I'll go there. So that, and I get the other Sun research token. So I might as well, if I'm going to supply, just pop it down there. Get 2 supply vouchers. I don't know that I'm going to get another full set of Sun. Although with citations and awards the way they are these days, maybe it'd be alright. So that's that action. Done it. Does the weather machine run? No. So you go back there. Can you see my achievement? No, that hasn't popped up. Devoted. What's that? Is that 100 hours of Tabletop Simulator? I'm glad all that doesn't pop up. Assistant goes over there. That's the weather machine. Turn order hasn't changed. Lativ's not in his office. We whiz back around to the saboteurs. And let me... Always want to have their things open to make sure I'm doing all the steps. Put them where they're going. Get points. So they're going to... Oh, so they're not going to choose to go to the left, are they? But they will get award tokens. I don't want award tokens. So they're going to start doing stuff now. Yikes. So, oh, they have gone to Lativ, but they don't. Oh, so Lativ is going to get rid of a rain token from R&D as well. They move to the left space, don't they? They move to the leftmost space always if they can. Yeah. So Pink Saboteur will go here, which means they won't get the points, right? Because they're not to the left. Other people aren't to the left of them. Lativ is there, so he moves on and puts a bot out there, first space where there isn't one, and he gets rid of the token from where his assistant is, which is Rain, and they do their plan, which is, in the lab, they put a thing out, don't they? So they get an award token, which means they're going to be able to do some weather afterwards, aren't they? Because they've got 2 award tokens and a token. So, in the lab, which branch do they interact with? So they don't care about things that aren't experiments for. So they care about rain, wind, and fog. What have they got tokens for? Almost everything. Only not salmon. Of the remaining branches, the one with the most bots, there's one in... So they ignore... Let's take... Oh, fog's got one. Yes, they've all got one bot. Which research token will help them most complete a set? Well, they've got a rain, they've got a wind, so either of those would help. If there's still a tie, choose the first weather in the sequence, which is wind. So they're not going to help the current experiment to happen. They'll go there and pay their blue chemical. Yep. Yep. All that's okay, isn't it? Oh, they might... Oh, they choose the bottommost space, because it's their thing here says bottom to top. You can go where the Lativ's bots are. You just move him out of the way or move him out completely. So they spent a green instead of a blue. Oh, thanks for joining, though, Anne. I hope that I don't let the Saboteurs win. I'm feeling all right. Right? I think that's their turn, but now they've got 2 awards. So, in government... Oh, no. Why am I looking at the government page? So let's get it properly on screen. So I need... They've done their plan. Discard the current one and get a new one. They do wreak havoc. So let's first of all make sure I've done the card. And then how do they wreak havoc? They do have 3 research tokens. Remove that set of tokens, take the top tile, so make the weather worse, and then discard the top card of the deck, unlock the citation, so yeah, they've got 2 award tokens, so I'm not really sure what they will complete. If they'll choose... So if the order matters, choose with the weather. So the previous report tells us which weather. Okay, because they could complete any of these. They've got 2 award tokens and a set of... and one each of 4 different weather types. So their priority is rain. I'm not sure if that's good or bad for me. So they spend these, right? Remove it from the game. Take the extreme weather tile for rain. Pop it on there. And then discard the top card from their deck. Oh, and so that would be the new priority, which would make it... No, we have to choose before. Yep. Discarded the card. Remove the lock. So rain is now unlocked and can be sighted. And that's that. Okay, so the rain's been made a bit worse. And that's their turn. Okay. So what do I want to do? I wanted to supply, didn't I? I'm going to have to pay something because there is still a saboteur. But there's not a saboteur to my left. So I don't have to pay anything, right? Yeah, there's a lot of things to remember. It would be easier, of course, if you just had the thing in front of you. And this, I'm supposed to be referring to this. It's just it's still just a bit symbol-y to me at the moment. Like, after a game or something, this would make complete sense. And it does kind of. Like, you see the... Like, I can't really point to things unless I'm in this view. But what I just did was here. So, if they've got 3 award tokens, get them out of the game, put that weather on, discard a card, unlock the weather. Like, it is all on here. But, yeah. Oh yeah, I've got that special action, haven't I? So I could stop them doing things like that. My call security. But it makes the number of turns in the game less. Draw 2 cards from the deck, put them face up next to the current report. Of these, put 1 back on top of the deck, discard 1, and leave the 3rd as the new current report. So I can change what their next action's going to be if I want to. But I get fewer turns in the game. But maybe that's what you want. We'll see. Right, so... I want to go to supply. There is no one to the left of me. So I get a voucher of my choice. Oh, I'm pretty full up, aren't I? I'll take government. And I have to pay for everyone to my left. There is no one to my left. Because thankfully, pink moved. So. Oh, Rach is back. Oh, it's 5:30. Yikes. So. I need to... Oh yeah, supply. I want labs. If I want machine parts and I want them all in a pretty little row, I'm going to need at least 1 lab. There's a voucher. I am going to... And you can rearrange these at any time. As long as they go in the space where they're allowed to be. I can buy chemicals, which is probably a really good idea. So what's going to happen next? So they've put that in there. Rain is not going to happen at the end of this round. If I want to get in on wind, I probably want to get in on something. I'm going to need a blue chemical. So there's a voucher. Well, that can go on a little space. There's a voucher. Robots are amazing. So why wouldn't I want them? I could get a machine part here. I need more space, though. Get more space, then. Good point. I'll get some more space, then. I'll complete this. So if I spend 2 more vouchers here to get another robot, that'll get me a machine part. I want white. Hi, Rach.
Hi.
And then I want to do swaps. So they're all in a line. We'll see why for my breakthrough. And then I've got a load of science vouchers. I could spend those. Because it feels like, yeah, you probably want more chemicals than this. And like next turn, the saboteur is going to be in the way. I want to do both things here again. But I'm not going to get to do that. Oh, you can't do everything. I could get another bot. I've got no space for another bot, though. I would have to buy another lab and then another bot. And I don't think that's a good idea. So keep all the science tokens and don't buy anything else. Turn order. What an idea. Thanks, Matt. Oh, yes. 2 turns in a row. Here I come. Yes, perfect. That is the right thing to do. So, yes, action's done. Does the weather machine run? No. It does not. Then move over. Move over. This experiment will run, so I need to go there if I want to be in on it. But, as always, I want to publish. I want to go to government next turn, and then I could be involved in that and get to publish a paper and go to do the breakthrough in one great big go. Ooh. Oh, just talking to myself now. Turn order. You. Latif's not in his office yet. Nearly. He's about to be. Or do I just want to go to R&D because they're going to get go there and get an award token again? I could change their card. Ugh. Right, so that's a round. A new round, and it's me again. So what do I want to do? Do I want... So it's one voucher to call security. A voucher of the type matching where I am, or a science voucher. So for a science voucher, I could change where they're going at the cost of... taking a turn out of the game. I need to be involved in this experiment, though. I can't go there and block them off. And I think going to government is the best way to be involved in the experiment and do something else next time. I think. I'm going to go to government. So come here so I can do both things. I get a lab voucher. Oh, which I'm full up of, unfortunately. So that was a... Yeah, that's a reason to maybe go and do the... Just go to the lab. Oh, I can't do both things, though. That's why I didn't want to go to the lab. I want to do both things. Can I move before calling security? Oh, yes, you do move before calling security. Oh, so I would have... I see what you mean. I would have a voucher. I'm already spending a science, though. No, I can't afford. Because my... Oh, I'm going to earn vouchers from doing this, though. What do I want? I want to take this one, and I want to flip this one, which gets me massive wastage of lab vouchers. You can spend 3 vouchers as if they were something else, but that's for when you need a voucher and don't have one. So why don't you... do this action first. So I'm not sure it's like... I'm not sure it's really terrible them getting another award. Like, it would be nice for them to go here. Maybe that's worth it at the expense of making the game 1 fewer turn. It must be, or why would the action even be in the game? So I have to move first and waste that getting a lab voucher. I'm going to spend a lab voucher to draw 2 cards and decide where they're going. And it's going to be... It's not going to be this one. It's going to be... Oh, so one of them is going to government then. Maybe... Yeah, they'll get an award token next time, won't they? Oh yeah, I have to spend a government, not a... Yeah, that'll be okay. Yeah, spend a government, because it's where I am. I remember all that. This is unfortunate, because they'll get an award token next turn now. Let's make that the current turn, I guess. And Lativ would have moved. Right, I'm doing this side first. That costs 1 government voucher. Yeah. And move up the funding tracks. I've got to be up all the funding tracks as well. Move up the funding track. I want one of these. I don't have weather things for any of those types. There is an ice experiment in like 3 rounds' time. But wind has been made a bit better, hasn't it? That's fog. No, rain is the one that I can research. But you don't have the right thing. I want to publish a paper. Free action, I think. Did you draw 2 guys? Yeah, I drew. They were both government ones. That one and that one. And then this is the one that they had up before. So yeah, I've got to be involved in the experiment. Did you go for ice then? I don't know that it's ever going to happen again. I need a bot. Luckily, I've got one. I'm not planning on using another bot anytime soon. Oh, so you go there, and the gear goes there. I get this. And then I get the research token, which I'm going to put here so I can go up this funding track. And then I'm on the both space, so I can do this one now. I'm going to spend, if you need a voucher and you haven't got the one you need, you can spend 3 of other vouchers, and I'll spend a science voucher as the other one. And then I will gain back 2 lab vouchers. So it's like I've only spent 1. Now I've got room to earn them again. To do the bot thing for free. So clear him out. I'm going in there and going up this funding track. So you're doing this action without a chemical or a voucher. And that flips, and that's all okay. Right? I think I'm okay on that. And I gain the vouchers, so that's my turn. White Saboteur is going into the government space. There is a point, because I'm already there. And then, I don't know that they've come to the government space yet. What did they do? So they are not... You see all that? Yeah. They are not on action space and... So skips steps 1 and 2. Step 3. Determine which branch they will interact with. They ignore spaces where all the bot spaces are occupied or space where they don't have chemicals. What? What chemicals? Do they mean chemicals? What chemicals do you need? Did that research token need to go in the left column? Oh, it did. You're absolutely right. So I can have... I don't get you, but I get you. Thank you. What does that mean? They don't... Oh, do they mean like they won't go into like a machine part colour where they don't have the chemical colour for it? Is that what that means? So, out of the remaining branches, they choose one that will get them a token to help them complete a set. So they have... They would like... Oh, have I... Yeah, I got myself a... Yeah, I had ice, didn't I? So, wind would help them. Fog would help them. There aren't any sun ones. So, wind or fog, they can go there with a blue. They can go there with a white. What's their decision? Well, first up is fog, then ice, then rain, then wind. So they'll go wind. They go the first branch in the weather sequence, yeah. I've done that. Yeah, they've chosen a branch. Place a bot from the hideout on an empty space. So clockwise starting from the bottom left. So they put a bot in here. For which they have a matching chemical. They spend the chemical as if it... Oh, they can't go in there. They go in the blue space. Because they have a blue chemical to spend. So they spend chemicals instead of machine parts. Take the... Or which tile is it? The bottommost or topmost, according to this card. The bottommost subsidy tile out of the game. And put the machine part where it should go. And they get the research token. So there is their second wind thing. And they're about to get their third when the experiment runs. Oh, well. Yep. So that's that, isn't it? That's the round. So yeah, I did government this round, yeah. So where the machine runs, I am first. So it's wind. I get 2 points for every bot. Then, do I want to spend a research? So I get my bot back. Do I want to spend a research to get... Oh, I have to spend a science token to get that 2 points. Do I want to put a bot out, paying the chemical, or get an investment token? We need to have 4 goals out there. It's going to have to be an investment token, isn't it? And the bots raise the goal by 2 points and get their robot back. You slide along. You go. You slide along. I think that's all of those steps. Oh, we each get a research token. We get another new type. I'll put it there. Go up that funding track. And they get their third. But they're not going to get to do that until their next turn. So, that's the weather sorted. Turn order hasn't changed. Latif's not in his office. Oh, and the 2 spaces available for me. So keeping them out of there was definitely a good thing to do, I think. So, new round. I want to do both of these things. You can only do one, though. If I want to go to R&D and do what I was going to do, goes in the middle. Ah, done it again. Thank you. Sorry, R&D track. We're going to move up eventually. Investment token could get me some cool vouchers. But... Ooh, we could spend a bot and stuff. What if we got supply vouchers instead? We need to get to level 5 on all those funding things, though. Maybe we just end the game the normal way. Yeah, I'm going to put you down here. And get me 2 supply vouchers. So I've got a feeling I'm about to run out of robots. Oh, but you don't want to pay for these robots. You want to get them for free. Yeah, I'm going to stick with my original decision. Right. So, I want to publish a paper. That's what I'm doing. So, I have a row where I've got all of the things. So, slide this along. Get a free robot. And I've got 2, 5, 6 things in here. So, I can take something from here. So, get involved in the R&D. Could I have done that last time without needing to... Never mind. I could have probably taken a robot one instead, flipped that and had something more useful. So, getting involved in research They're not doing that this turn, are they? In fact, I haven't discarded their card. They are going to government again. Next time, though, I could get... No, I haven't got a bot to spare. I'm getting a bot. I could get a voucher, I could get a chemical. Ooh, a chemical would be helpful. Free bot. Get me a red chemical, please. I think. And... Right. I'm lost. No. Points. So it says here on your player board how many points you're getting. I have got all research tokens, 2 points each, 6 points. Oh, I don't know why I'm looking at 50. I'm all the way back here. And then get an investment token. So goals for another couple of turns, I think. Maybe income in one of them. And unlock the Sun citation token. And if I want to, I can pay a science for 3 points. I don't have a science. I could spend 3 of something else, but I'm not gonna. I'll just have to do without those points, I think. I'm coming over to... I could just do one of these things and then get a load of vouchers. I would get a science and 2 government from just taking one of these actions. I was going to come and do both of them. That is going to cost me practically every voucher I have, though. You know, that's why I took the extra chemicals. I was going to like get a bot out in ice or something like that, in snow, and because I do have 1 token for that, and it is coming up in a few rounds. But for anything, you probably want to do it for this, because that's happening next round. I haven't got anything for it though. But I feel like I'm running low on vouchers. I need to go to his right. You know what I mean? So I get a government anyway, plus another government, and a science for going on that side of him. But then that leaves this space open for them to go to. Maybe they won't. I'm going to do a breakthrough. And I do kind of think, should I wait to do the breakthrough for them to make the sun weather worse? But I don't think they're going to. They're going to make this worse next. So is that the weather I should be thinking about? But let's do a breakthrough. It'll help us with other things. So breakthrough. It costs 2 R&D vouchers. Gone. Then get your breakthrough token that I've just earned from that free thing. Pop it on here. I can get a machine part or 2 points. I think 2 points. Make up for the points I just missed out on. Then I need to make a prototype. It has to be of the gears that you can see. Bots can replace the gears, though, and you get points for every gear or bot that was used of yours. So I need to pay a salmon and a white, basically. I got 2 salmon because I thought the saboteurs were going to do this, which would have cost an extra 1. So a salmon and a white, and I have to pay... Oh, I have to pay a science here. Oh, I've just earned 1. Great. I have to pay a science. And I get 2, 4, 6, 8 points. Maybe I should have had the machine part. And then what? Get a award. So I can hold this until I need it. Fill up a row with it. You get 4 points for that being involved in a research paper. And I want 3 awards, apparently. Apparently I thought that was possible. And that's that action done. Saboteurs are going to... So pink is going to government. They're in the leftmost space. So what do? They take a chemical from the supply as described. So what haven't they got? Go from bottom to top. They haven't got a blue. Then flip a subsidy tile based on the weather and priority of the previous report. So it's going to be sun from the bottom up. Sun from the bottom up. They do that. Then they will interact with the branch again. So ignore ones where they haven't got the colours or all the spaces are full. What will help them gain a set? Sun isn't there. Fog. They have got a blue or a white. So they go in the first space clockwise, spending a white. And they take from the bottom. So they take that out of the game. And we put a machine part in. And they get another research token. It's getting scary. Have there... This weather should be worse, shouldn't it? It is getting scary. This weather should be worse because we did a successful experiment on it. Okay. So... yeah, they've done that. I think that's all they do here. Yep. Get the research token. They've done it. So then, they do their thing, don't they? They have got 3 wind tokens, which means, we see over here, get rid of all of those tokens. It's my big pile over here. Put a nasty weather on there. If a second nasty weather token goes out, we lose, right? Where is the you lose bit? The game can end and the government steps in. That's the game ending the normal way. Here we go, in the top left. Their nefarious plans are successful if at the end of your turn there are 2 or more level 3 tiles on the board. There is a level 3 tile that, as well, I've got no hope of getting rid of. I need the government to help. What if I made the government help in the wind column? Right. That's not a job for now, though. They've done all of their stuff. They unlock wind. You can cite wind. So I could publish a paper on wind now, because I've got an award, and then I can cite it. And then I could make a prototype, but I would need 5 gears. And a lab that could accommodate 5 gears on 1 row with 0 supply vouchers. Okay, it might all be falling apart now. Does the weather machine run? No. You go out. There is no sun thing. You move on. They don't change. Then, turn order hasn't changed. Latif's should be in his office because he should have moved on. So, we get income, which is a lab, an R&D, a government, not a science, unfortunately. That robot's still in there. I wish I'd done that because I haven't used this chemical I got for this bot. A supply and a machine part. I think that's going to be green then, isn't it? Is that what we're thinking about doing? That one? I don't want the game to... The game may well end from being sabotaged too much. So that's income from Latif, and then he goes to his space in supply. Right. Where do I want to go? I could get a load of lab vouchers for going here, but that would also not be helpful at all. Oh, we need to see where the saboteurs are going. They are going to the lab. So when they go to the lab, right, that's where they get an award token for getting both spaces. So do I need to go there? I think this might be a need type situation. Whenever Latif moves, he puts a bot out. There. Yeah, I think this might be one of them need type occasions. I think I need to go over here. I've got loads of vouchers for it, at least. Yeah. Oh, I can do an investment token first. Whoop. Investment token. Do I want to put another goal out? Or flip this, and get a gear? Well, I think I've answered my own question there. I want probably a voucher. I could get a chemical. Because what experiment do I want to be part of? I probably don't want to be part of this experiment. I could get 2 gears and an investment token. But yeah, I've got to go here because, yeah, if they, as Matt says, if they get an award token, they will be able to do their thing on their turn and put another level of wind out. So maybe... What do I think I'm going to be able to do? Get a subsidy tile? Get 5 bots out in government? 5 bots out in R&D. Have 12 things here seems possible. I'm going to go here. I'm going to get... They'd be able to create havoc in fog. What? If they go to the lab, fog. Oh, they can make the experiment happen. I see what you mean. They can make the experiment happen, which puts the weather up, and then as soon as they get an award token, they can do their weather with this, and the game's over. Weird ways of sorting this. So do I need to be in on that experiment so I can have 2 machine parts? But I would still need to go to supply to get a lab that big. Because I could get a load of machine parts and then do the experiment to try and right the wrong that they are trying to do. So I'm getting a free chemical. I can't get white. I haven't got space to store that. Salmon will be okay. I have got a space to store salmon. Oh, it's looking very dodgy. So stop them from getting the award token at least. I want to publish a paper. It's going to be, so 2 vouchers. It's going to be on wind because I can use an award token and I can sight wind. So you can do it even if you've only got 2 because they've unlocked it for me. So slide this along. I get 2 vouchers. They might as well be science. Points is 6 points because these are worth nothing. 2, 4. Then get an investment token. Then the other side, do I want to be in this experiment? It's going to cost me 2 science to get 2 machine parts or an investment token. So I want to do a breakthrough, but they haven't put a single bot out in R&D. I did stop them the one time they were going to go to R&D. Might not have been ideal. Is this where I pay a voucher and change what they're doing? Have 1 less turn, but stop them coming in here. Like, I don't want them to go into R&D. What do they get if they go at the top of R&D? They put a bot out and get the research token twice. They do it twice, basically. It'd be nice if they went to supply or something, wouldn't it? It would be all right if they put 2 vouchers out. They'll they'll get the research tokens for the thing. At least here, they're not getting research tokens. It's hard. No, I won't pay to change their card. Because I think it's worse. If they put... Maybe it's not. Yeah, I think if I stop them, and if I stop them and make them go to R&D instead, they will put 2 bots out, and they will definitely get a fog research token, which means they will be able to do their nasty thing again. I didn't discard a card when they did their nasty thing again. There are only 7 cards left. Oh, it's bad either way. Right. So if I stop them researching and send them to R&D, they will get this token. They will have 3 tokens of the same type, and they will be able... Yeah, because they've got a blue and something else. They'll be able to put a bot in here, and they will get that token. I don't think they'll be able to do it twice, though. There'll probably be some special rule where they do get to do it. Do they build a machine part? Let's have a look at... Yeah, the weather machine won't run if they do that. And then it'll be whizzed around again. What happens? Let's get the full lowdown of what happens at R&D. So they will be on the and space, so they'll get to do both these things. So they go to a research space based on what the previous card is. The weather determines where they go, and the priority indicator determines where they go. If they don't have the right chemical, they still get to place the bot, but they don't get a research token. Ooh, maybe this is a good thing to do. So they would go in... So their card is saying wind is where they would go for their first bot. They would go in the bottommost space for wind, and they do not have the chemical for that, so they wouldn't be able to pay. So, what's step 2? Do they choose another one? Yeah, if the remaining branches, so their bonus one, they just put something somewhere. Then they pick a branch they actually care about. And put it in a space that they can pay for, right? Oh, look at this in the right. If the experiment doesn't run, but a saboteur bot was there, an extreme weather tile is placed. As if the experiment had run. I don't think that's happened, but yikes. So do they have to choose somewhere for their second choice? Do they have to have a chemical? Yeah. They have to have a chemical for their second type. They have a blue. And they don't pay that additional cost. So they can get the 3rd research token and do their stuff. I just think if they do their experiment, I should probably have stopped them in the past from being on the space that I'm on right now and getting those 2 award tokens so easily. But I think the experiment happening... I suppose, like, I'm not involved in that type of weather, am I? The citation isn't unlocked. I don't want to be involved in that, really. Oh, but they haven't got a chemical for this branch. They haven't got a chemical to make this experiment run. They've got blue and pink, so they would go in the ice one, right? If you look in the middle here, yeah, they have to have the right chemical. So they would... So they don't get the award token. They ignore branches that are full. They ignore branches that don't have the chemicals. And then choose the one with the most bots. So if I go there, they will choose the branch where I am. And they will make the ice happen next time. The snow. Which I want. And they haven't got a research token for. I have got 2 research tokens for it. And I could get a 3rd one next time. Ooh, I think we've cracked it. So, you cost a lab token to do this side now. There is, I think, is that the 5th space? 2, 3, 4, no. Unless it's including this one, which I don't think it would. I think I'm on the 4th space. Put a bot out. What do they have? They have blue, so that's okay. I could spend blue or... Yeah, I'll spend that. So you go back. Yep, that's it. That's everything that happens. So that's my turn. Okay. Saboteur, pink, goes there. Gets... Is it a point? Where is it? Okay. Having trouble passing the symbols. It's my first time. A point on the target value for every piece to their left. So the target value goes up by a point because I'm there. Then Latif wasn't moved, so they do their action, which is... So they ignore... They go to the place with the most bots, which is over here. They can pay. Latif's bot will move quite happily. They can pay a blue to put one of their bots out there. And next round, Snow will run. And that's their action, right? Yep. Then, discard the current report. Draw a new one. And does the havoc happen? No. I don't think it does. So that's the round. Does the weather machine run? No. So that gets discarded. Latif's bot moves out. The assistant moves on. All of this moves on. The game also ends, by the way, if all of the experiments are in the display now. There are 3 more that aren't in there, so it's not about to end immediately. But we haven't got long. Either way, there's like 6 cards in this deck. There's like 3 more experiments can happen, and then you get like 1 more round and then it's over. Unless, if the bots end the game for you by sabotaging you too much, I think it's just over as soon as that happens. Or it's over as soon as you win. If you win the thing, the winning conditions, if you remember, I don't think it's going to happen. So your points are higher than the target value. You are currently meeting the conditions for at least 4 of your goal tiles, and at least 2 of your funding markers are beyond their 5th space. So we're on space 3, 4, 2 at the moment. Maybe it's possible. We'll see. So they're done. How am I going to do this? Right. So I could do a breakthrough for wind, but I would need 5 cogs to do it. It's not going to happen. I need to do an investment token first, don't I? So it's going to be... How am I going to achieve these goals as well? I need to get more bots out here. But getting the bots is so expensive. Their next thing is going to governments. They're going to both spaces, so maybe do I want to go there first to stop them doing that? I think I do. I think I really do. That's what I want to do. But first, we need goals out. Do I want to take funding rather than a goal? I know I need 4 goals out by the end, but this one here, I would get 2 science, so it's a science for everyone you move past, and then take the income of one of these as if you were 2 spaces further along than you actually are. So here I could move up some more funding, get a chemical, and get a voucher, and 2 science vouchers. I'm sure we can get another investment token pretty soon to try and get the goals. I think that's a good shout because it's not looking brilliant on everything. I'm going to spend that investment token to do that. We flip that over. You'll still get the points for it, but you can't have the funding again. Oh, but I don't need that many science vouchers. So do we wait and do that next time then? Yeah, I think we do. So put another goal out then. So I've got 2 bots out here. So 5 bots out there and 5 subsidy tokens. Maybe they're the other 2 that I do. Do this. Get myself a machine port. It's going to be... What's it going to be? Someone taken the tile that I wanted. I think they have. I need ice, don't I? I need to be in this column. So that's probably the one that I'm taking. Oh dear. Hey Jeremy. Luckily, YouTube is handling that. So right, yeah, I need a Stream Deck button for that. Doesn't really happen though. I need. See, we're coming to government. I've had my income. I'm getting a machine port. So if I'm taking this, I need a blue or a red machine port. I take a blue machine port. Is that all right? Yeah. So I'm not chatting as much. My brain is melting. Yeah, blue's fine. Take that. I've had the investment marker. We're going to government. And I get a lab voucher for doing that. I know what I'm doing with the left half, so let's just do that first. Go up the funding again. Put a bot out. Luckily I have. There. Oh no, the bot doesn't go there. Bot goes there. Spend my blue machine port. And take that, flip it to blue so I can use it. And I get the research token. Then so that was 1. Then spend 2 more government vouchers to do the other side. It was going to be put a bot out here, but I think the thing I need to do is the ice goes left. Oh, yes, thanks. Oh, I've already got that. Ah! So my entire plan... Oh, all of that stays on the screen. I'm going to... Yeah, unfortunately, like the chat on screen bot. They're ready to make people mods. It doesn't usually happen though, does it? Yeah, I don't need this at all, do I? I can't get another sun one. This isn't helping. I need the R&D ice token. Oh, I planned the whole thing around that. We can still do something good. So that was flipped. So I think that's taken back. I've spent all of my vouchers. So what I... Okay. So let's spend all these. I've already moved up the funding track, remember that. I want to flip you. And that gets me lab and R&D. And that means I can... No, it doesn't. It means I can put a bot out for free, but it doesn't mean that. Because then I won't have a bot to do the other half of this. So you've got to be the one I take. So I don't get these tracks. Yeah. You can be the one that I take. And I get that. Whatever that's worth. Rain is available. And oh yeah, the bot. Did I take? Oh, I took blue, didn't I? Because I was going here. I'll take salmon instead. That's a take back I'm allowed. And then for flipping, I think we're going to have to do lab and science. So we have robots. And then how many things do I have here now? 3, 6, 8, 9. I can take robots from here. Funding. I'm going to take you and move up this funding track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces now. Yeah. I think. Then flip was get the robot. I've done all of that, done all of that, done all of that. Okay. Saboteur. Coming over here. They move the thing up. Is it 2 points? Like for everyone that's already there? Yeah, 1 point for each piece. So they've moved the thing up 2 pieces. And then they're in government. So skip step 1 and 2. They don't look where they haven't got chemicals, so they can only go in here and here. They will go in branch that gains them a research token that helps them the most. Well, I suppose a research token that helps them any is what they'll do. So they spend their last chemical. And which space do they go? Top to bottom. They go in this space. That goes away. They put a bot in this space. Gear from there. And then that's just that, isn't it? They haven't got a full set to do any more with. Discard. New card comes out. Does the weather machine run? Yes. So I get my bot back. Oh, maybe I didn't need a bot. I think it's good to have one, though. Can I pay 2 science? Yes. I get 6 points per bot. Well, the target's going to move 6 points, so... oh! I can get another bot out here, which is my goal. Yeah, let's do that. I think the investment token's nice, and I do want investment tokens, but aren't my goals to have 5 bots in here? I do have to pay the gear, so I've got green and salmon. And you can only do 1 of these per turn. It really holds you back in the end. But I don't necessarily need to use it. It's unfortunate because there I could make the government step in and help me out and get me things. And I would get 6 points and the bot would get 3. Ooh, it's tough. Or do I just want an investment token? No, I want 5 people in here. So I could pay 2 vouchers to just change the colour of the gear. I might not need salmon. I think it's worth doing. I don't particularly want this. But I do want... getting one that would have given me a robot would have been nicer. I want award tokens as well. How am I going to do this? Like, to reach that goal, I need 3 awards. That's not happening, is it? Like, to have done 4 goals, you should be down here, you should be down here. So then... So I've had that. The bot will also increase the goal by 6. And the government runs the machine. They get points for that as well, don't they? After the government bit. Government runs their machine, raise the target value by 3 for every saboteur bot. So the target goes up by 3, and I get 6 points because I have 2 bots in here. The government is running their machine. So they're going to put a breakthrough. Oh, wait a minute. What order does this happen? Yeah, I get another investment token because of this at the bottom. At what point does the government run their machine? Next time someone sells a part, so we don't get that now. Okay. Because I was just going to say, it would have gone on there and then got knocked straight off because the weather thing's coming in. Okay, then. So the bots had their 6 points. They get... I get... I'm supposed to get 3 awards. That's not going to happen. Then... you go back, so no Latif bots out, so its experiments are looking doubtful for the future. Move, move, move. And then... That's it, right? Turn order. Latif isn't in his office. Back to me. Have to do an investment token. I want... Do I want a cylinder? Or do I want to do an investment token right now? I wanted to do my... Put a bot out here. And I wanted to get income. Because I've got no things. Oh yeah, ice weather gets worse. Oh dear. And their next place is over here, where they'll probably make ice happen, so I need to stop them from going here. But that's after I've moved and done my things. So... I was going to put a bot out here and pay an extra chemical of some description. Put a bot out there. Maybe we'll be doing ice in some way. What are all the steps for this? I move up the funding track. I get the last ice research token I needed. And yeah, that's all of that, isn't it? And I get a new bot. So I could get a voucher if I need one. I could get just a science voucher. I could move up some more funding. Yeah, why not move up the government funding track? There we go. Space 5 of 2 funding tracks. I don't think it's going to be enough to finish the game early. Ah, so frustrating. You can only do one of these. I've got so many now. Then I need to choose somewhere to go. I can't get a load of free gears. I've got no vouchers to do a supply action. I would get a couple of vouchers. And you don't get gears from supply actions. So I need a white, blue, and red at the moment. And I've got a green because I thought we were going to be doing wins. I can't come here again. I could just publish a paper. I would get some things. I'd get a chemical and another investment token and some points. I'd get R&D vouchers that I don't particularly need. I need another award, which means I need gears, which means stop spending on the government action. I've got ways of getting gears just very slowly. I think come here. Let's spend... Oh, I get an R&D voucher. But I think I'm going to spend one to move them along. I don't want them to go to there. Go into supply. Oh yeah, come to the lab, come to the lab. That's no problem. That's no problem, sir. Go. Yeah, you get discarded. You go on top of the deck. You be the current card. Then 2 lab vouchers here. And I can do a breakthrough for this, which is 6 points. And an investment token again. Oh, you use investment tokens at the very end of the game. Ooh, this happened in the playthrough as well. I forgot about this. Yes, and citation. Oh, no, no. But then that locks the citation, and they can make the weather worse. And then it's all over. So I can't do this. So I don't want to come here. So I suppose I want to come to supply. I think I spent an R&D voucher to move them as well. I shouldn't have. So I need to spend a supply voucher to do the security report. I get a voucher of my choice and a science voucher for coming here. I need more gears. I need more vouchers. Oh, so now they would get an award token if that is the current thing. So I want them to come here first, and then they're going to go to the lab next time, and then it's going to be all over, is it? Yeah, if I unlock the citation for lab, they can do the thing with a citation this round, and it would end the game because I would already have had my turn. So I'm coming here. What is going to help? They're going to take first player. I can't do anything about that. Space? Is it just going to be lab space? I don't think it's going to be... Yeah, I can get some gears from this. Oh yeah, move Latif. So he goes there. Assistance on rain. Can't get rid of it. Puts a bot out in rain. Then... I don't even want to buy anything from here. Just if they... Right, no. Don't make lab the one you discard. Make lab the one you discard. They can go there and get the ice thing and make it worse, but they will have been first player, so I will be second, and I can make a prototype and fix ice. Or I can just go to the government and they will fix ice, because there'll only be one space on it. Yeah, the government can fix ice. So what do I need? Nothing. Just need to wait. What? I got 2. Maybe I don't need to come here then. Maybe I need to come here. Spend that to move them. Just you won't have any vouchers to do anything next time, though. To come out and do a government. No, stick with it, stick with it. Maybe... Do I want to spend anything here? I don't think I want a bigger warehouse. Bots are quite expensive. To be fair. Two supply vouchers and then put a buyout for experiment. I don't want to do an experiment. Get a voucher. I suppose that will let me put more bots out, which is something that I kind of want as well. Ooh. Yeah, let's spend 2 science and I'll get a science back. I'll just get a bot. That's my sorry supply turn. This Saboteur is coming here. Gets a point because I'm... No, it's not a main location. Doesn't get points. And then... Oh yeah, they do turn order. And then... Where is it? Is it here? I don't know. Yes, first of all they move to those spaces. Then they do the points. And they get 2 chemicals, right? I'm not sure which player aid tells me that. So it's things that cost the least anything. So they go top to bottom. They haven't got any chemicals, so that helps them out. Get 2 chemicals, and then I think that's their turn. They haven't got 3 of a thing or 2 of a thing with the citation unlocked, so they can't do their nastiest thing. So, does the weather machine run? No. You get discarded. You slide along. You slide along. Then. Oh yeah, you move along. You come out. Turn order. They are now first. He's not in his office. Is it the big... This one? Yeah, this tells you like their decisions, I think. So the top bit is telling you what if you don't know what weather they want. here's your flowchart. And the other one is, what if you don't know which chemical they want? Do this. This side's the same for this anyway. I think it must be... Oh, there it is on the right-hand side here. The supply thing. There you go. Take the turn order, or 2 points, then take two chemicals. There it is. Right. Oh, and here's how we win, yeah. Right, so it's a new... Their turn. So... this plan better work out. So they're going here and doing both things. First of all, they just put a bot somewhere. Because they've got the best space. So first of all, based on the weather on their previous card, so they just put in a bot in rain from top to bottom. They don't really care what it's about. They don't have the right chemical for it. Which means they still place it, but they don't get a research token. Then, their proper placement. They only go in spaces that aren't full and where they have chemicals. A place that would help them. Oh no, if they do... Like, I don't know which one they're doing yet. But if they do... Has a wind experiment happened? Yeah, this should be bad, shouldn't it? I think a wind experiment happened ages ago. I think I have to hope, don't I? That it's ice and not wind? Because if it's ice, I can solve the problem. If they make fog, if they make fog bad, I have just lost, I think. Because I don't think I can get like 5 gears and come here and do the breakthrough. Even if last turn I had spent my last vouchers getting 2 more factory spaces. I could get 2 gears is all I can get, I think. So I don't know. The ice one I can do by the government doing it for me as soon as someone comes here. I think this is it. I think it's over. It depends which weather they're picking. So... because they've got 2 of this and 2 of this, and either one would be helped by an R&D research token. And on the previous weather thing, unfortunately, fog is coming before snow. So they've got white. So they put a bot on top to bottom. I think this is it. They pay their white. Yep. They get the research token. Oh, I thought we had it. And then... yeah, they haven't done a breakthrough. Yeah, they don't do breakthroughs. Frustratingly. And then... discard their card. Get their next one. Do they have 3 things? Yes. Remove them. Make the weather worse. And discard a card. And unlock that weather. Then it's my turn. So I could have seen that in all of the discards and bought another lab space, but I'm pretty sure I can't get 3 gears. And I don't have... So, like, hypothetically here, what I could do is... So, like, the end happens, I think, at the end of my turn if I haven't managed to fix this. If I'd had... What would I have? I'd have another... If I hadn't bought that thing, I would just have one fewer bot, right? So this is Take Back City. I haven't had any more information about what they would have done, though. I just don't think I would have enough vouchers. Like, I would have had to have bought any lab piece. That would have been the voucher, instead of spending the 2 and getting 1 back for the bot that I did. If I had bought a lab piece, would I have enough vouchers to... No, because they're in the way. If I could do both actions, put a bot out, making it cost 1 less gear, and do the breakthrough, and therefore get rid of that weather. Yeah, even taking it back so that I have more vouchers, he's in the way and I can't do both things. Because I could do income, get a load of science income, and 2 gears. I could... So then I would only need 3 gears, and 1 is the colour that I need. I could use vouchers to adjust the chemical that I haven't got, or I could even have bought it last time. But I don't think there is a way of fixing this. I think it's just over. So what happens if the end comes? Does the game just end? I think it does. Yeah, if at the end of your turn there are 2 or more level 3 extreme weather tiles on the board. So actually it would be good to make them... For them to do it as second player, because it only happens if at the end of your turn. So you always get a chance to fix it. Hi, Johan. I think you have just joined us in time to see me lose one of the endgame conditions. One of the ways you can lose the solo game is if there are 2 level 3 extreme weather tiles out on the board at the end of your turn. The bots have just made that happen. The other way of ending it is if their deck runs out. They have... Is that the last card? Okay. There wasn't long left anyway. And also, the experiments were about to end the game. The game was ending. The game only had like 1 more round anyway, which is really disappointing, isn't it? Because I might have won on the score, but I am pretty sure with what I've got, like, you would have to take back a few turns, I think, to even have some kind of conceivable way. Because, yeah, income could have given me some good stuff. Yeah, I think that's it then. So I can have a turn, but the game is going to end immediately at the end of that turn. So I don't think that there's any point in doing it, because you don't get any points. If say the game had ended normally, you get points for where you are on the tracks. So, like the number above the furthest number you are on or have gone past for each of the funding tracks. 5 points for every goal you did, which, yeah, I'd need a couple more turns. I need to go here. Like, I could have come here and fixed... If only they'd picked snow. If, like, this card had been the one on the discard pile, snow would have been first. No, it wouldn't. Fog's still first. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, you get points for your goal tiles, so... You can use all your investment tokens at the end of the game. So even though you do want them to use them for funding and stuff, and sometimes you desperately need these little rewards for putting them out, and you only get funding by putting them out and then flipping them. But you can use them all at the very end of the game. You can't use these. So I could have put them all out. 1 more go here would have put another person out there. Getting 3 awards, though, wasn't happening. Yeah, I don't think I would have got 4. But you don't need... If the game gets... Like, if the game ends the normal way, then you just have to beat the target score. So I think in this case, that is it. Oh, thanks, Johan. Hopefully, like, even though I lost, like, this is the first time I've played the game as well. I feel pretty good, like, compared to how Kanban went. And Kanban, I had played plenty of times before I filmed a playthrough of it, and I think I got sacked in the playthrough and then went, all right then, but let's make the playthrough longer and pretend I didn't get sacked. And then I got sacked not long after that. So I think, compared to that, it's gone better. It's been more achievable. Maybe because I've played Weather Machine a lot of times recently. Not enough to give me enough strategy to win. But yeah, seeing them... it's great that, like, even like right towards the end of the game, it's a shame you don't get anything, but it's really cool the way that you can see where they're going. I can see now that earlier on, when I was so desperate to not make them to not make them lose a turn by doing the security, I should have done that and stopped them getting award tiles. They got 2 award tiles really early on in the game, and they weren't for... Well, actually, wind was one, I think. Yeah, I would have stopped that. But it's cool that you can see, oh, they're going to go there, and that will lead to this chain reaction, so I must do the security thing, which is going to cost me a voucher, and how do the ramifications of that knit in, and you can see that, oh, if they go there, that would be terrible. But actually, they haven't got the chemical, like happened when I was trying to think for ages and ages and ages. You have to remove that tile from the gold tiles. Which one? Which one? These ones. These are okay, aren't they? These ones you can't have. Anything that's got a majority. Anything with these equals. This equals and a crown. Anything with those majorities are removed. The Have 3 award one. Oh, I couldn't have done it anyway. Would one have been achievable? 5 different things in there? That probably could have happened. Yeah, not having that would have been more achievable as well. Because, like, I wonder why that is. Is that because it's harder to do? Is it just too hard to do? If that would have been your focus, maybe it would have been done. I don't know. Let's not get into that. But yeah, I lost anyway, from many other ways than that. But there we go. I think you should be able to get an idea from some of all of that video about what's going on in the Weather Machine. Forgot the name of the game. The Weather Machine solo mode. Like, I would say for David's solo mode particularly, there are fewer steps and fewer little things to remember. Like I said with like Tawentin Tsuyu and Kanban EV and stuff like that, initially you've got to remember this step. Like even in Weather Machine, all of the actions have got a load of steps that you need to look at the player aid for when you start. I would say that it's a bit easier going, I think. But that may just be because I have been playing non-stop Weather Machine for a couple of weeks to film the playthrough. And maybe I'm just a little bit... It's just in my head a little bit more than usual, but not quite enough to win the game. So I think we will leave it there. I will go and have some food and stuff. I will be back on Friday. We will be back on Friday. Rachel will be joining me for the next chapter of our role player adventure, where we're taking a bit of a turn. Jose, favorite Lacerda solo, Gallerist, always the Gallerist, the Gallerist, the Gallerist, the Gallerist. It's amazing. But yeah, like after this game as well, like this is the way I really like to learn games if possible. Like it's like I did watch Paul's video for Weather Machine first. I watched like an hour of that, and then I got it out and just started playing. And I like that now you would see all of this stuff. Now that you have seen how the saboteurs act, now you would know, oh well, I would do all of these things differently. Now I have a bit more of a handle of why they're doing things and how they're gonna destroy the game. Oh yeah, because you can get 3. If you get 3 awards, you trigger the end of the game. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, you could do that anyway, though. Anyway, maybe that's not in there anymore. But yeah, the Gallerist is my favourite. I think I did. I suppose it's been a few months now. I did a solo playthrough for that live, and I did one recorded as well. That's pretty. I think that's like maybe the first 10 videos on the channel or something. But yeah, the Gallerist is always my favorite. I love like I really like solo games like this where there's a bot and it's like you're playing against something and things are filling up. It's tough when like like the game could have just gone differently, couldn't it? Like they haven't helped out with these at all, so everywhere is really tough to get in there. But that is kind of a two-player thing as well. That like I know that, like, I don't know who, but someone commented, I know who commented, but someone commented saying someone has said that it's bad two players. And it's not bad two players at all. Well, yeah, everyone's got an opinion. But I don't think it's bad two players at all. It's just a different game. You will find many more opportunities, I think. Like, the subsidy tiles will run out a lot quicker in, like, a four-player game. But the R&D will have a lot more bots in it in a four-player game. There will be a lot more opportunities to jump on research in a four-player game. I imagine. I only played it 2 because of reasons. But yeah, the Gallerist is amazing. I've done a couple of videos for it. I would always like to do it live again, but there are so many games that are kind of waiting in the wings to be done. I know that people wanted to see the solo of Weather Machine, and so did I. It's really good. So, I think that is going to be it for this stream. Yeah, we'll be back on Friday to continue our role-player adventures. Thank you very much for being here, everyone. If you would like to see more stuff, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comments, support me on Patreon would be amazing, so I can do this more and more and more often. Thank you very much for being here, everyone, though, and I'll see you on Friday, I hope. Bye, bye, bye. Where's the buttons? They're on the other side when I'm on the computer. Where is it?